Howdy, Possum Patty here, and today's video is about what is a shape page in your journal. To find out, come on along. What is a shape page in a junk journal? Well, in my last episode of hashtag Tea Tuesday, Four Sisters Cafe, Little Golden Book, Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter's Tea Party, I have some really strange shape pages. Now, when I say a shape page, I mean the page itself has been cut into a shape. Now, this is pretty much a free-form shape. This one has a shape where it is punched the holes for the rings, and it does have a window. It's a little bit of an oval shape. This is another just almost rectangle, but a little bit freestyle there. Same thing with this, almost rectangle, but it does have a few rounded edges on it. Now this is a regular shape. It is just a rectangle or a square. Same thing with this page. This is just a square-ish rectangle if you open it up. Now this page is your basic rectangle, except the top has been cut to shapes, flower shapes, and the bottom is just a wavy line. This is sort of a basic rectangle though, with the edges rounded off. Now the next page was going to be a teacup. And so this is what I'm talking about when I say a shape page. So you've taken a square or a rectangle journal page and turned it into a shape. Now let me show you some examples in a few older journals. Make some room here because this is a big journal. This is a really, really fun Halloween journal. I went all out in this journal, junking it up. Junking this journal up for sure. And this is mostly memory keeping, I think. I don't know if there's any journaling in here. So this is a sheet of watercolor paper that I have cut into the shape of a pumpkin. And then, of course, I did a watercolor pumpkin on there. On this side, I had painted it green, but I put this mesh pocket on there. But you can pull that out and you can see the pumpkin through the mesh. And this is the kind of pumpkin that has the warts on it. Oh, there goes Mr. Possum with his sneezes. Every evening he gets a big sneeze. Now this is on a rectangle page, but this part is cut into the shape of a gravestone. And there's a few more in here. This page is the watercolor. This is the other side of this pumpkin. So this half of the paper was a pumpkin and this half was a candy corn. So if you flip this up, I guess I have to untie that a bit, and look inside, you can see this was painted like a candy corn. And I just have a bunch of old pictures in here. There is another shape page in here. Well, this is almost a shape page. The outside is, you know, this, I don't know, square rectangle. I didn't measure it. But then I layered pages that were shaped like the inside of a bat cave. So I've got my stalactites and my stalagmites, top and bottom there. And here is a definite shape page. Now this was a rectangle page, and I drew a witch's hat, and I cut the edge out like this. Now this kitty's just in the pocket. And then I colored it in with a watercolor and made this little band there. And the other side of the hat, I did a Harry Potter sorting hat. So if you're familiar with the Harry Potter movies, you will recognize the sorting hat. I really love how this came out. This is just watercolor. And I did the Harry Potter page because my great niece was born, and they sent out the announcements in this Harry Potter themed card. I thought that was so cute. So this is definitely a shape page. I got one of those wooden shapes hanging off of here. So most of the other pages I think are just, well, not this page though. So this is watercolor paper, so this must be the other side of the sorting hat. And this one I cut into the shape of a pirate map and then watercolored it. And this one is just a memory page about science fiction, Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars. Memory pages there. So that is a shape page. This is in my Halloween journal. I can list the playlist for this below because I made this 2 years ago, I think. I don't know how many. Yeah, I think I did a lot of videos when I was making this one. And I did a flip through. Now let me get that out of the way and just show you a couple simple ones. Now I just did a flip through of this journal the other day. Well, this was Friday before. And I did a very simple shape page. So this journal is a journal that I did not make. The other journal, the Halloween journal, I made the pages and then I sewed them in. And it's very easy to get a shape page that way. So what if you have a journal that is already sewn together? How do you get a shape page in there? Well, easy answer is you just take the page and cut it, leaving enough of the paper there so that it, it doesn't fall out, because this journal is stitched in. So you want to leave a little bit of paper there because you're going to not cut the stitches there. So I did a simple moon. This was nature journaling about a moon, and this was a whimsical moon, blue moon on this side. So that's an easy way to make a shape page. And these are some old mixed media journals. And I have something in one of these. Let's see. Flipping through quickly here. So I did a gnome. And it says, gnomes are the protectors of minerals, rocks, the soil, and all of the plants that grow in it. They are earth fairies whose name means earth dweller. So this is, I got this inspiration from like a geode. And here's the gnome up here with his pickaxe breaking open the geode. So the outside layer is just green paint. But this is done over several pages. So instead of making the shape on the outside of the page, I have this shape like a window on the inside of the page. And the next layer of the geode is actual thin slices of a mica rock that I glued in there. So this is a real rock called mica, very sparkly. And then the last page is just, I drew the crystals that were inside, like that. Of course, you also can see what's through on the other side there. That's that little face there on that tree showing through. So on this one, I just ripped holes in 2 pages. It's a 3-pager, but I only have holes in 2 pages. 1, 2, and that. And then the last one is another mixed media journal, and I pulled this out, so there must be a shape in here somewhere. Oh, it's at the beginning. So I took the first page and I glued down this gate shape of a gate. Easy enough to say, right? And you open it up, and I collaged all these sort of nature pictures, garden pictures. And I have a bunch of writing here. Spider web, a deer in the middle, more flowers. And this is a quote from The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. So this page was cut to this shape, and these two wings were added on. And there goes Mr. Possum again. To make this gate into the secret garden. So this is another one that went across 2 pages. Like that. So those are just a few examples of what a shape page is. It could be anything in your imagination. If you want to do an object, if you want to do an object, like a teacup, or a witch's hat, or a candy corn, or anything like that, it all works. The only thing you have to be aware of is when you make a shape, like I just drew, and I was drawing this in the last video, just this wonky teacup, is where are you going to attach it to the book. Now, if it is a journal, like I said, with the pages already sewn in, well, all you have to do is cut the page. That is not hard. You just take the page, draw a line, and cut it. If it is a journal that you are putting together, like this one, you can go crazy with all kinds of shapes because you can make these shapes before you put the journal together, like this piece of candy corn here. So the theme inside this Mad Hatter's Tea Party journal is just crazy, colorful, juxtaposed to a black and white sort of geometric pattern. So I just wanted to go crazy with the black and white like that page, or the colors like on these pages, or both on the same page. It didn't matter. So before I cut this out, I did mark where these rings were. So all of that is all upset. So all set, not upset, all set to go. So all I have to do is color this in and do my journaling. So let me know in the comments below if you have ever made a shape page in one of your journals, and was it a journal that you made or a pre-made journal? And what shape did you make? Or if you have not done that yet, would you like to do one in a shape? I know sometimes when people do their junk journals and they're sewing their own signatures in, they will add things that are a shape, like a heart-shaped or round doily, and that counts too. I have to decide which part of this I'm going to make black and white, and which part I am going to do very colorful. I'm using those Dollar Tree marker. One of them is starting to feel a little dry already. I was like, oh, I haven't done that much with them. But we're testing these out to see if they're going to be worth it. I do both sides because the magic marker does go through the paper, which is just fine because it is two-sided. Okay, so on a few of the pages I have this part black and white and this part colorful. So I'm thinking this time I might put some color here and make the cup black and white. Although I think that'll work because I was going to put a dragon on here. I wish I didn't go over there and find my dragon yet. All right, so this is going to be a black and white teacup. And I have no idea. Let's see, let's put some dots on the inside. I might leave a little space there to put some tea. And on the outside, I might do some stripes. I've done a lot of polka dots here and there. I did checks and I did polka dots. I'm going to have to think of another another geometric pattern that's not checks, polka dots, or stripes, right? I can just... Now, I'm not even doing this in pencil first. I'm just going right in with the magic marker. And however it comes out, it comes out. Wonky is all good. That's interesting. Let's put some dots here. Okay, I'm going to have to Google black and white geometric patterns. I'm not being very creative here, am I? Okay. What about the saucer? Okay, the saucer is going to have dots here and stripes going the other way here. Like that. Wonky teacup. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish off this side. I found the dragon that I wanted to put on the teacup. I hope it's not too big or my teacup too small. This is a really pretty jade dragon. I will share my dragons with you on the next Tea Tuesday video. And yes, I will be doing a dragon journal. That will be one journal that'll get done, well, it won't get done, but one journal that'll get started in 2023 will be the Dragon Journal. And one journal will be the Wooden Flower Fairy Journal. And maybe the Howdy Dragon. I'm not sure the Howdy Journal, the Howdy Dragon, the farm one, because I really want to work on the grandma one first before I start another little golden book. 2022, I did a good job in getting some journals finished up, especially that monster Christmas in July journal. Oh, I have a haunted house, that's right. The haunted house journal for this year. Oh, I think that'll be perfect. I think that will be perfect. Now, all I was going to do on the cup itself was put a picture I printed out of my new teapot and my dragon teacup that I got from my auntie. And I can journal right in these lines. That will be perfect. And then I was going to glue the dragon on the back like that. But before I do that, I'll put those over there. Put this paper aside for a moment. And think about colors for this. And that's a small space, so this shouldn't be too hard. Just moving a couple things out of the way as usual. I've got some water here. I've got my Derwent pencils. And do I have a brush? Oh, there's other pencils. Do I have a brush? Things are falling. Sometimes I like to use the acrylic brushes instead of the watercolor brushes when I'm working with pencils. So my colors are basically anything goes, right? I'm going to start with some, doesn't really matter. I'm looking back at my book here. I got bright pinks and orange there. much there. Oh, I got a lot of green and blue there, but I got a lot of pink and orange there, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How about, I like this color. So these are Derwent Inktense, and they are intense in color. And this is more of a water-based ink than a watercolor. So I'm just going to go through some colors. Do I have a nice orange? But if I put orange on here while it's wet, you know, that's going to make mud. So let's get that moving around first. And do I have a towel here? Do I have a towel? No, I don't. Okay, I'm zooming in a little bit. Got my brush wet. And I'm just going to paint the water onto the pencil. Now this is Grumbascher mixed media paper for wet and dry media, but I don't think it likes to get too wet. Okay, I'm going to leave a, you know what, I can do that. I can just leave a space, can't I? If you put two colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, you will get a neutral color. In other words, you will get mud. Mud, 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 and we don't want mud. We want bright colors, not neutral colors. You can see how it changes color when you put the water on it. And this one looks orangey when you put it down, but it's really a gold color. Where did I put it? I dropped it down somewhere. Sienna gold. Okay, let's go to pink. Do I have a bright pink? Fuchsia, crimson. Crimson is good. I thought I had a fuchsia. Here's a fuchsia. I need to sharpen my pencils. I do like to sharpen pencils. I find it very, very zen. Very relaxing just to sit and sharpen some pencils by hand. A lot of people don't like to do that. They get an electric sharpener. But I do like to do that. Just veg out for a few minutes and sharpen pencils. And this is fuchsia. I need a smaller brush. I need a smaller brush. Okay. Next is, let's do a blue. Do I have a bright blue? And the color has worn off, but it looks like some kind of blue. The name of the color has worn off, but I could see the tip is blue. And then when this is done, I will flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. I think a light green on here would be nice, or purple. Okay, I'm going to go with this, whatever it is, apple green. Apple green. I'm going to make a big apple green. Make a big apple green space. some water on there. It's a nice bright Granny Smith apple green. That's TT crying. I think she wants to go out. I dropped one of my dies. I could not find it anywhere, so I moved the couch that's next to where I do my die cutting. We have a little sleeper sofa in this room. And I found like 8 cat toys under the couch. I was wondering where they all went. On this side, I used a bright yellow. It's one thing about these pencils, the names rub off. Sun yellow, green aquamarine, tangerine. This one's hot red, and this one is mallard green. So now my colors are on there. Oh, you know what? I wanted to put some tea. Oh my gosh, let's put some tea in there. What color is tea? Tea can be any color. Let's go with sort of a light madder brown. Okay, we'll go with madder brown. And I'm not going to put a whole lot in there. Let's go lightly. I closed up my water. All right, I'm going to do this, and I have to dry this because I want to put my pictures on here. This looks like the raspberry zinger I was drinking the other day. Like that. There's my tea. Okay, my tea came out kind of light. So I'm going to put some more of this on there. And this is madder brown, which is kind of like a dull red. I thought it would be darker than what it came out as. So let's see. I did want it to have more color. All right, let's see what that dries like. I added my dragon. I know it's a little big for the cup, but that's okay. That's okay. I still love it. I still love it. And on the back, I put the picture of my new Japanese cast iron teapot from Jessie and Lydia, and my old dragon teacup and saucer from my Aunt Fanny tea set. And that was purchased in Japan. So this journal is always finished because there's never any empty pages. Well, I won't say never any empty pages because I did stick a couple in here, but that's okay. You know what I mean. So right now, this journal is finished. It's not really finished, but what I'm saying is it always looks like it's finished because all the pages are always done. You know, this is only going to go in here a certain way, and I got to figure out what that is. Okay, there it is. It goes on the bottom. Close my rings, and there is my shape page, and my flower shaped page, and my funky shaped page, and another funky shaped page. And this is just a mad crazy journal in which I am putting mad crazy sisters. So thanks for coming along today. Happy junk journaling. Bye bye.